Okay, first thing we want to do is check to see what numbers the enemy gets replaced, and then compare, um, and then just take a look to see what their manpower pool did. And here's what the numbers were. And their manpower pool is going to go up. The idea is just to keep chipping away at the manpower pool so it doesn't go up as high as it possibly could, so that you keep driving the number down as low as possible. And I always check to see what I'm going to get with the next battle. The next battle is a really big one. And if there's any effects, there's a little icon over there that will tell you the effects that will affect the battle. So I can only bring 10 units to the next battle, so I want to make sure I have 10. And you never build more units than you have to, because that is a waste of money. You're going to get weapons and money after the next battle. And if you're going to get weapons for free, you don't want to buy weapons that you're going to get for free later. So that's a big deal. Now here's one of the things I've been looking forward to doing, and that's getting rid of my general and replacing him with a better general. So this is a big moment. And here's the perk I want. Really important. This will give all of my units greater speed. Every unit in this corps now will move faster, and that's going to be huge because speed is very important. This guy now becomes a division commander and improves the performance of the entire division. And the little white bar underneath the commander, that white bar is the most important thing. It tells you how good that officer is. So putting officers with the right amount of white bar with units is how you maximize your unit performance. So I always take a look at what I have for free, and I don't have much. Although my cav is going to get some free weapons. That's really good. And unfortunately, I don't have much artillery. This next battle I know is an artillery field day. I want to build as much artillery as I possibly can. I want to get at least one artillery battery per division. And I'm going to have 3 divisions. I want 3 batteries as quickly as I can. I want to start getting them experience as quickly as I can. And this next battle is a huge opportunity to get artillery units a bunch of experience. So I want 3 good, well, as good as possible, 3 artillery batteries with as much efficiency as possible in this battlefield, and make them as large as I can afford. So I'm increasing my artillery units, and the 10-pounders are kind of expensive. This is an easy decision. Boost my cav. I know from experience that I need about 400, a cav unit of about 400. I like a cav unit of about 400. So 463 is great. And the purpose of this cav unit is primarily to scarf up supply wagons. And notice how even with putting in raw recruits, this unit still went up in efficiency from where it started. And that's what people miss, is they only see how much efficiency they lose when they put raw recruits in. They don't see where the unit started. So I'm checking out the cost. How much can I really afford? And what's the effect on efficiency? And there's always going to be that one point where efficiency drops. And I tend to not want to go, like, I want to keep 33 efficiency. And a couple more men would drop it down to 32. It doesn't sound like much, but it adds up. So a couple less than normal, and we're at 15 efficiency. So that's +5 from where we started. So that's also really good. Now, if I were to put veterans in there, I would spend 3,900, and it would only be a difference of 1 efficiency. So what I'm trying to show you is that is definitely not worth it. 3,900 is a lot of money at this stage of the game, and I can save that money and only lose 1 point of efficiency. So that's the right choice.
Sir, yes, sir.
So I need to get everyone into this army, and at the same time I need to have only 10 units. So that's what the struggle is. And I'm going to record, so there's a +4 in efficiency, there's a +5, and the big goal is to get every unit that first unit perk. There's +5, because that's +10 to the unit efficiency overall. So there's a huge improvement in performance with all your units as soon as you can get everybody that first unit perk. And for the North, it's harder to get that first unit perk than it is for the South. So, that's a big deal. So that's what I'm thinking about. Sometimes if a unit is really close to getting their next star, if you give the unit a better officer, it'll push them over that limit, but they have to be fairly close. So those are actually reboard farmers, not farmers. And reboard farmers are almost as good as 1842s. So a unit with 1842s is 13,000. Boy, that's a lot of money. Frankly, I'd rather buy all these officers and start developing a really strong officer corps. But I can't afford all these officers right now either. I need to start getting some colonels in this army and start getting some colonels promoted to general, because I'm going to need generals very soon. And what I notice here is, boy, that unit is very close to a star. If I could take 2 Palmetto units into this next battle and they both have a star, that would be a lot better for my army overall. That is so close. And I'm going to give in to temptation. It's going to be expensive, but it works. It was so close. I knew it was going to work. Now that unit has a star. Now, this general should be the 2nd Division commander, not a unit commander. That is technically a violation of the chain of command and a violation of the rules. However, the 1st Division commander is better than this guy, so that's good. And this guy gives this unit a star, which is going to be real valuable for this battle. Particularly when I only have one other unit with a unit star. So now I have to buy veterans, or he's going to lose that unit perk, that unit star. What do we want to call it? A unit perk or a unit star? I don't want to spend a bunch of money fitting this guy out, but I can take him to 1,100 for only about $2,000. And I can take this guy to 1,100 for a little bit of money. 2,000 would be $6,000, which, boy, that's a lot of money. That's more than 10% of my total income right now. So don't really need that, because I can always combine units if things get tight on the battlefield. So I don't really have to have that extra 100 men in that unit. And for 6,000, it's not worth it. Now I still want to, I still very much want to have another artillery battery, and that's going to cost some money. I'm putting a colonel with the 10-pounder because artillery units will get your officers' promotions really fast. And notice that that major is very close to getting promoted. So getting that major into battle is a great way to create a lieutenant colonel. And I'm always thinking in those terms, who's close to getting a promotion? So I created boy, that cost some money, but there's no way around it. A brand new unit of raw recruits with 1842s. Unfortunately, I don't have any weapons in inventory. Yep, I'm completely out. So I can create a battery of 6-pounders, and it's not going to cost me that much. So that's the path I'm going to take. And it's 5,000 for 6 guns. That's just a question of how much money I want to spend. Now, the way artillery works is that anything over 12 guns gets you, I think it's 12.5% more damage, increased casualties to the enemy, but they start to lose efficiency. Some people have run some tests, and I'm going to take their word for it, that the ideal size of a battery is about between 14 and 16. I just need to get a battery in the field and start to get these guys some combat experience. And I'm willing to buy veterans for my artillery, particularly in the beginning. Now, after they get rolling, and particularly when they get 24-pound howitzers, which these 3 units are going to get 24-pound howitzers probably. They're going to get so many kills that you can put raw recruits in these units easily. And they're still going to go to 100 efficiency. So I have 2 6-pound units, a 10-pound, and the 2 6-pounders are 12 guns each, and the 10-pounders have 8 guns. And that is absolutely great. Now I need to get rid of this supply wagon. I put up with it for a battle where I thought I might be firing my guns the entire battle, and might be nice to have it, and I didn't. I know I wasn't going to need stamina, but it's now really time to get rid of that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and label this guy 4210, but I need to get rid of the. This guy's actually a reboard, not a farmer, but okay. Now the problem is I have 582 guys left. And if I create a unit, or 584, I create a unit with the intent of merging those two together in combat to create a unit over 1,000. That's all great, except, and now I'm just reforming this to get rid of the supply icon. The supply icon is really bad. It does not do anything for you. It gives you some boost of ammo right at the beginning, but in a long battle, that's not going to sustain you. The right answer is have your supply wagon full in every battle and move the supply wagon. Keep the supply wagon moving. Once you've fired your first load of ammo, that ammo wagon has no effect on the battle, and which means in a long battle it's really bad. Whereas the stamina perk or any other perk stays with you for the entire battle. So my problem here was that I had more than 10 units. I can only bring 10 units. I can't bring 11. So I need to combine 2 units here. I can't do it on the battlefield as I intended, mainly because I created a 3rd artillery unit. So it's worth it to me to have that 3rd artillery unit, so I've got to pay some money to create a 3rd, this infantry unit. And I have to give them all 1842s. I can't give them reboard farmers. I don't have enough. So that cost me. That cost me some cash. But I was able to do it. So now all of the men are out of the manpower pool and into the army. And I have exactly 10 units. And so perfect. And I'm actually shuffling these around so the artillery units are there in order of efficiency. The two raw green efficiency 10 infantry units are in the same division, so I can combine them. And the experienced infantry units are in the same division, so I can combine them if any of them loses an officer or I want to create a bigger unit in battle. So that is, in my opinion, the best I could do. And yep, it tells me I have 10 units and I have 7,254 men. Perfect.